And Google has been accused of bullying Australians in a controversial open letter to users. The tech giant has said users of their platform will have a dramatically worse experience if new laws were passed, requiring both Google and Facebook to pay for the news content from places like 7 and 9. The Australian Institute Centre for Responsible Technology published their own open letter in the Sydney Morning Herald accusing Google of bullying and spreading misinformation. They also reiterated their view that it was overdue that the company pays for content, pointing out that while their revenues grow and grow, over 5,000 journalists have lost their jobs, as well as the closure and axing of many newspapers and radio and television shows. Look, I think for the moment, should Google pay is a very big issue, but I'm interested here on the whole Google bullying because they're using their platform to advertise their point of view. Robbo, doesn't this reek of hypocrisy, considering that we have seen over the years television stations, free-to-air, the Freeview, run a commercial at the same time on every channel to get their messaging across. We see the Daily Telegraph and other papers do full-page, front-page editorials, and now they're all crying foul that Google is using its platform to get across its message. Isn't this hypocritical?
Yeah, I think it's saying, I kind of agree with you, Rob. I think saying bullying kind of almost dilutes their argument a little bit because they're coming out attacking as if they're the lesser than Google. They should come out and say, look, no, we are representing a lot of different people, a lot of different stakeholders, and we can take you on. I think that saying that they're bullying is a bit rough. However, the open letter from Google, if you've had a chance to read it, go and do it. It's absolutely bloody everywhere. It's very light on detail, and it's very heavy, I think, on scaremongering. You know, your data might be breached, and the YouTube and search will dramatically be reduced and will be worse. And so there's a lot of scaremongering and a lot of actually from Google saying, just trust us here, you know, this is what could happen, but no actual explanation of why they think it shouldn't happen. And I think that's where you start to get into where people might think, don't tell us this shit. Like, just tell us exactly why you think that this won't work for you and why it's not going to be good for the local media sector and why you shouldn't pay for content when we've had this argument for years and years and years. I don't like the open letter from Google.
You don't like it? All right, Ben, what do you think?
Well, I think the bullying is repetitive, targeted, and malicious. I think all three of those things need to align before we can use the word bullying. I think that, you know, bullying really is used, or it's overused, I would say. And I think we dilute that word when we start using it in arguments like this. And it's clear to me that's all they were trying to do, was win the argument by putting that stamp on it. And I thought that it didn't seem to add up, if you ask me.
Yeah, but I've got to say... Sorry? Did I do it, Mike, more?
No, I think it was Robbo. Robbo was like as in I might have just made... like a cheese and ham jaffle or something, and you were like,
"What? No,
I'll eat that."
I gotta say, Robert, I'm a bit surprised by your stance because I've seen newspapers, radio, and commercial TV stations use their platform to spruik their views. I just don't see a difference here.
I didn't say there was a difference, Rob. I said that what they were doing was light on actual, you know, solutions and what the problem was, and heavy on scaremongering, talking about your data might be breached, that, you know, search and YouTube might be really bad. Well, if you don't agree, that's what I said before, Rob. If you don't agree with what this potential legislation will do, then explain to us in your open letter. Don't just scaremonger. That letter was scaremongering. And it was light on detail as to why it was bad and heavy on scaring everyone. That's the difference.
So I'm sure everyone wants to read a 24-page document on it. You know, like,
it wasn't a 24-page document. It's a one-page document.
No thanks.
That's my point. That they've made it a simple, digestible, get people interested in the issue, and then you can Google about it and find out some information.
All right. You guys are being so serious today.
If you're using your platform, then do it properly. Do it properly. The same way that free-to-air did in all of those ads that you're talking about. They explained the issue and they explained the solution. They explained the problem and explained the solution. All Google did was, we don't like this, and this will be bad for you, and your data will be stolen. And they were hitting on things that people really care about, going, your data is stolen? Like, okay, so what's your solution then? Because all it looks like now is a massive tech company who has made $4 billion off Australia in revenue in the past year, going, well, we don't want to have to pay for it.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Rob.